This is Priscilla Batzel in Spring Hill, Florida, contemplating already how to keep my head out of the picture. That's a 10 by 10 inch canvas. This is probably medium white acrylic paint with some with regular Floetrol and GAC 800 by Golden in it, because I want a wet layer of paint. No matter what I do, I think that'll help. I'm still going to add some pillow paint, and I'm still going to contemplate using these nasty looking leftovers on this other side of me. So first, I need to get this spread in a fairly even, decent coat. But I will be spinning, so it's probably not that big a deal. Spreading it to the edges might be the big deal, because depending on how much paint that leftover paint is, it may or may not go to the outside edge. So I'm going to get rid of that right now. I'm going to put down the worst first, which is looking pretty bad. And then I'm going to throw it in the bucket, because glop is glop. At a certain point in time, it's beyond saving. And this is probably that. But since I know that I can put paint over paint, I'm less worried about it. Let's see what happens when I use my Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula. And I do love experimenting. Yeah, that's very gloppy, but I promise you, use a palette knife, a large palette knife. And part of the fun is the experiments. So that's going in the bucket. I'm going to throw a little bit of house paint, like I said, right over the top of that. Well, in this case, around it. Because, like I said, it's all in fun right now. I might want a little bit more of that in a moment. I'll still leave the tack in it. This is my major glop factory right here, which is looking much worse than I thought. It might be because there's polypore in there. There might be a chance it won't even spin out. But you never know what you might get along the way. It might be something really cool. I'm pretty glad I left my little spatula where I did. It'll be a good experiment, no matter what. I promise. Just trying to find places to put things. And I got a couple good colors, which is probably encouraging me when I shouldn't be. I think the rest of this is going to wind up going on my Lola-Fee silicone mat, and then I can put colors on top of it at some future point. Because it'll always, even glop makes a good base for skins. Right now, I'm going to throw this in the bucket. Both of those things right in the bucket. And back to throwing some more PPG Speed Hide. If I didn't say, that's what it is. I can't imagine it's going to move, but it might. And it's definitely going to do something with the palette knife. I kind of like it the way it is. Is that weird? I know that's weird. So I'm going to grab some Abalone abalone shell. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's just abalone. Just to add a little sparkle in case I want it. And then I've got things like hot orchid, which should zhuzh things up quite a bit. I just flipped that. I can feel that on my chin. Darn. So let me grab my big palette knife and my white, my Amsterdam white and Aussie Floetrol. And I think I'm going to do something super weird. And grab, oh, I wish I hadn't left all those colors right there. Well, give me a moment. I'll move as many of them out of the way as possible, as quickly as possible. Trying not to knock anything over. Alright, so, do I want that first? Yes, I do. Now, the hot orchid is now called Jasmine. The hot orchid was a Prizm pour. I'm putting the gold down next. This is the Mayan gold. And I'm going to go easy on the hot orchid because it's very strong. And I have no idea what's going to happen, so don't hold me to any preconceived notions. Now I could pretty much do anything I want, starting with wrecking and finishing with chain. I'm going to quick like a bunny rinse that off in case I want to use it again. Which is not my usual MO, but I'm waiting for those cells to develop. And also thinking I have some interference violet. Oh, I see something that does not belong. I'm sure there's more than one thing. That one especially can go away. Alright, so let's just go in there and contemplate. You know what? I just made myself a new tool. And if I put my hands on it right off, which I'm not, it was right here, I promise you. There's a lot of stuff right here. Son of a gun. Okay, well I've got a little palette knife and I want to use some purple. Dioxazine purple. What's it feel like to want? That's not coming out. Okay, I bet I've got some other purple. And if I don't, yeah, I have some Boom Gel Celestial Pearlescent Violet. Which obviously is not cooperating, but will in a moment. Everything's kind of risky right now because I don't know what's going to sell and what isn't. I'm going to use some, I was going to use some Atelier. I'm going to use some, I like how the colors are coming up. Some Pebeo Iridescent Blue-Green. Still thinking about some black. And I'm still thinking about spinning. And it's kind of interesting the way it is. I shouldn't be so easily satisfied, I guess. This is more Atelier black. I know I'm not the only one that's curious to see what's going to happen. I still want to grab a straw. Throw a little bit of the interference violet in there. Nothing is cooperating right now. Dribbling all the way. I need to clean that tip out. I won't do it now, but I will do it soon. So, I have a desire to first spin and then see what happens after that. So we're going to start that way. And then the chances are good that I'm going to take something like my ginger flower or my iridescent blue violet from Pebeo and swipe again, because I'm just like that. I might put some blue velvet on the Pebeo, although I am kind of liking what I'm seeing in a bunch of ways. And if I wish I could find that tool I just made. That's very frustrating since I just made it. Although, you know what? I have a smaller version right here. So why don't I just grab that? I'm liking the patterns. Come on out. And I have some Snapdragon, which is a primary element. I just have to figure out where I'm willing to got to be looking at what I'm doing, and I'm trying to do two things at once, and that's not working for me very well. I think one more spin and maybe a little more Snapdragon. Because I definitely like that color a lot. So much so, I think I'm just going to let it be the statement making piece right here. And maybe I'll blow it into place. Now, I don't think the GAC 800 evaporates, which means it should help save the paint. I do have some rather pretty paint right down here that I could put right back in. Before giving myself permission for one more spin. I like that Pebeo iridescent blue-green, but I don't think I have enough of it. So I'm going to use a little bit more. I do like my acetate tools. If I don't include the video link for the tutorial for making acetate tools, please feel free to ask me. Well, I was going to put some more in, but I think I'm just going to drop it down and see what happens when I blow it out. One thing I was going to do was put some more black in, and I didn't do that. I don't think it needs a whole lot more black, though. I'm really liking it, and I don't have any excuse. You know, it is what it is. It's leftovers. And it is coming off. I want to tell you guys I have over 2,700 videos. And you can find them by going to playlists, all playlists, create a playlist when you visit my channel. These little acetate tools are great for picking up some paint on the wrong side, or on the right side actually. Scooping it up from underneath. Get rid of the lumps. Pretty well every side is covered, so I have hope that this will dry without cracks. Plus I know that there's GAC 800 in there. And I don't have a single spiral, do I? Well, that's almost a spiral. I think I'll resist. I like what I've got. I'm not supposed to use a torch because I know there's house paint in the mix. I'm going to throw my tool in the bucket and look for my other tool when the video is over, and tell you guys right now, thank you. Thank you for your comments and your kind words. You keep my morale boosted. Thank you for your donations that keep me creating tutorial videos for you. If you use the PayPal icon on the bottom right hand corner of my YouTube channel banner, that's the primary helpfulness. If you join my channel, you'll have access to an entire library of members only videos. See if I can zoom down in. That's just different. I like it. I want to move it forward a little bit. And it's very shimmery. Probably could have used a little more gold. I like the texture of the leftovers. I'm definitely going to be popping bubbles for a few minutes. And this is exquisite. Pardon me for liking what I do, but oh well, there isn't a bad side. And you guys take care of each other, take care of yourselves. Check out my link tree for Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, Facebook groups. Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group is now Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Appreciation Group, which I should change to and stuff. Anyway, I do sell my artwork. My email address is easpb and the word gallery spelled out at gmail.com, and my paint pouring recipes are underneath Show More under the video. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. I have 2 books and they're on the Amazon link. You'll find it on the link tree along with my website. My 2 books are Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities. They are the first and the second 100 videos I made for YouTube for videos, for tutorials, and they're still relevant now. My community board will show you tomorrow's video, and I post at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time most every day of the week. If you are looking for merchandise, I have lots of it. Teespring Clothing is now spring clothing underneath the video. Society 6, Legallerists, Pixels.com, Fine Art America are one and the same. And if you ever can't find what you're looking for and you'd like to find something or have something created in one of those places, I can do that. Or I can try and do that in any case. All right, so I totally love you guys. You inspire the heck out of me. I'm going to say goodbye for now. This is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery saying, that was fun. Just therapeutic. And ask me questions if you need to. Whatever I've forgotten, you'll see in another video. Bye for now. Priscilla out. I'll see you anon.